not going to say recording.
Yeah, I think I'm
All right.
recording. Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Great. Great to see you, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you? What's
Yeah,
going
not
on,
too
Rob?
bad. A little bit cold here. We had for
Where's
about,
that?
yeah, I'm in the Netherlands, in the
Okay,
real
nice.
lowlands.
I'm in Mexico.
Oh, I think you have a little bit more sun than we do.
I'm in the outer lands. Yes.
Yeah. So how many degrees do you have right now?
Fahrenheit, probably 88.
88 Fahrenheit. Let me dig this up because I'm Celsius.
It's
Uh,
hot.
88 Fahrenheit. 88 Fahrenheit to Celsius. Oh wow, 31 degrees Celsius. That's good. We have -2 Celsius. So that's
Lovely. Like
yeah,
30,
lovely.
28, 29.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
How is that possible on a flat Earth? Can you explain that to me?
No, I can't.
You can't? Come on. It's so
Ah,
easy.
it's there's so many things that you can wrap your head around, and sometimes you have a decent answer to that, and sometimes it just
How
doesn't
about
make any
this?
sense. So
So the Netherlands are right here, right? Netherlands are right up here in the inner area,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Somewhere in there.
yeah.
And
Scandinavia is above.
Mexico's down here, right? Very
Wow.
small. Well, we're closer to the sun, so it's warmer. You're farther from the sun. And because you're farther from the sun, it looks like it's lower in the sky because it's farther away.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. That's it. Seasons only make sense on a flat Earth.
Well, I was writing some things down, and the funny thing is, you made this beautiful app. I use it once in a while, and the funny thing is, you made this app so amazing that you can everything that you can discuss with the Globie, let's say, you can say no, look at this, look at that. But there's no such thing except probably what is it, Google Earth, that shows the round ball, and the rest doesn't make any sense on a round globe. And that's so
They have
funny.
nothing.
They
They
have
have
nothing,
nothing. The
nothing to
globe has
prove.
nothing
It's so
other than
tremendous.
indoctrinated people that can't let go of their ball.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I want to ask you, how did you get to this journey about flat Earth? Because I was talking to Mark Sargent the other day
Yep.
on Friday. We had a great podcast already, and I was very excited to have you also on. And you were talking at Flattoberfest together with Mark. You were sitting there on the same table, right? And probably you are the guys, the pioneers about flat Earth, isn't it?
Well, we're outspoken. We're not the pioneers.
Hmm. No, no. Well, probably decades, thousands of years before, there were no
Well,
argument about.
yeah. I mean, in today's modern time, there's lots of us. Mark and I are some of the most outspoken. Doesn't make us the pioneers. It just makes us doing our best to reach as many people as possible.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw a lot of guys, and nowadays, well, for my journey, it started also around 2014, 2015, where I had a little bit more time to dig into some stuff that I'm really interested in. And you guys popped up just like normal algorithm on YouTube. It was no problem to find some truth and some things you could debunk. Nowadays, it's almost impossible. But we have, of course, the internet. And the great thing about internet, just like TikTok and Instagram, Tyler Hansen, I'm going to have him on my show. He makes great videos about it. You got Caleb.
Tyler is he's looking at something very interesting with the dogs.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just say something. There's a thing called pareidolia where you see things that aren't there. And that's a real phenomenon. Like you can look at something and go, oh, I see a face, and it's not. It's just pareidolia. That's where you see things. But he is seeing these dogs. Like that's not just a dog. That's a collie. That's a lab. That's a German Shepherd. You see these faces, And I said, okay. He's showing them in explosions and in the sun and in just fake NASA video smoke and stuff. And so I said, all right, let me go look at some real explosions, some real videos without fakery. Can't find a single dog, not one. Okay, but they're everywhere in the fake stuff, right? And dog backwards is God. Mm-hmm. I used to just laugh at that, thinking it was nothing. A dog is here to teach us unconditional love. That kind of relates to God. And the fact that we're seeing these dogs everywhere tells me we have no idea what this place is. Okay. We have no idea the wizardry that is going on. It is beyond even what us truth seekers, are fathoming. It's beyond it. And Tyler's very brave, putting his neck out there because he's going to get crapped on. He's getting crapped on by everybody.
Oh yeah.
But you know what? That's when I did my, when I started talking about flat Earth, man, in 2014, you say flat Earth, you're just you're just a moron. You're an idiot. And I just got an email. I literally got an email just when you popped on, and it's an email, and they did it through my website. And so their email address is flatearthretard@gmail.com. So it's a fake email. And they say, you are a effing, spelled out, moron, LOL, flat Earth, ha, 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 ha. Right? I get these emails all the time, but that's the best that they have. That's all that they have. They've got nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing.
I've been saving all of those. I clip them, I save them, and I'm going to literally make a book. Glober page, and then a flat earther page, because I get messages from flat earthers like, hey, you saved my life. I got off drugs. I found a person from your app. I'm married. I have a kid. This has changed my life. And so it's going to be Glober comment, flat earth comment, and it's really going to just show you the contrast. I can't wait to get it done.
Oh, but that's the thing, right? The only thing they can say is you're a retard, you're stupid, and stuff like that, but with no underlying science or just like, okay, let's go in a dialogue. And they come up with these stupid things and they don't know where they live. So the funny thing is
they don't even know their own model. They don't even know their own model. They're defending a model they don't even understand.
Isn't that crazy? How can you do that? How could you live with yourself when you believe in something that you don't know how it works? Well, some things like technical stuff, I can say, okay, sometimes with if you have mathematical things and stuff like that, but you can dig into it like 1 hour or 2 hour, and you can make, as I would say, the plausible truth for yourself. But the most people that I talk to about flat Earth, they give you these answers just like, who is the moron here? Who is the retarded here? Isn't that crazy?
They call us retards. They say that we're unwilling to change our minds. They say that we're stupid. I offer 3 Bitcoins for one globe proof. Nobody has claimed they've got nothing. We all used to be globers, and we changed our mind based on new information. So there goes that comment. And the ball is stupid. It's the dumbest thing ever. And people are so lost and locked into it. It's shocking. It's literally shocking. Like when I can understand somebody lost because they were brainwashed into not looking at flat Earth, to laughing at flat Earth, and to believing the globe, because that's what their authority figures have told them. Mm-hmm. I can accept that. But then when you have a conversation with somebody and you say, hey, have you looked at this? Have you looked at this? Have you looked at stars staying in the same place and not moving, and Polaris and the sizes and the brightness and all of that stuff, and rockets? Then there's no excuse. Once you're shown, if you're unwilling to process that information, some people can't because their brains are too fluoridated, then that's where you have a problem. Ignorance is a thing that people are trapped into, but willful ignorance, after you watch a podcast like this, perhaps, and then refuse to look at the information, that's unacceptable in my book.
Yeah, that's and coming back to you, and a little bit introducing to the listeners and to the viewers. we had some technical difficulties, but we solved them somehow, so that's good. Today we're having a great podcast with a special guest, very special guest, especially in the community of flat Earth, but also other conspiracy. We will talk about that later, probably. And we have Flat Earth Dave, also known as David Weiss. And David, please introduce yourself a little bit to our community, the disorganized productions community, as you would say, or the listeners to this podcast.
I'm just a normal guy. I grew up in the East Coast in America. I went to college, got my degree, worked in corporate America, worked my way up, left corporate America, started my own very successful commercial solar development company. And at the same time, I was doing a podcast called Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole about conspiracies, about deceptions.
Mm-hmm.
And second year of that podcast, people started throwing flat Earth stuff at me, and I refused. I refused. Excuse me. I refused to watch even a 1-minute video. Flat Earth, dumbest thing ever. I don't have time for that. There's too many important things. And then finally, my friend Sophia Smallstorm, she made me watch a couple of videos, and actually one of them was Mark Sargent's first one or two of his clues. And I went in with a bad attitude. The attitude was, I'm going to watch this crap and I'm going to disprove it, and I'm going to prove the globe. Uh-huh. And that's how we all become flat earthers, when you actually try to look at the evidence, right?
Yep.
The people that believe in the globe have not looked at the evidence. They have not, even if they have looked at it, they haven't processed it because they're just too scared and their brains are too immature. So I watched it and I was like, okay. And then YouTube said, oh, you like that? Watch this taboo conspiracy. Watch this. And they just kept feeding me more and more. And I'm watching them. People go, oh, where'd you learn the earth is flat on YouTube? YouTube is a source of information. Crap, good stuff, meaningless stuff, helpful stuff. Everything's there. Just like life. You have to sort everything out. You can go to a library and read fiction or nonfiction, right? On the internet, on YouTube, there's fiction and nonfiction. And then we look, the flat earthers are science deniers. No. We are science users. We hold scientists' feet to the fire. We don't just say science, physics, because you ask a glober, what's your proof of the globe? They go physics, science. Like, that's not proof of anything. That's a word. You're hijacking a word. We actually use it. Observable, measurable, repeatable, testable, scientific experiments, right? And people say, people are like, well, if it's not the Earth causing the lunar eclipse, then what is it? We don't have to answer that. We can prove that it's not the Earth, right? If you were accused of stealing the last cookie out of the cookie jar, right? And everyone, that's it. And this is a horrible crime. You took the last cookie. That's not acceptable. But then I could prove that you were in another country when the cookie went missing.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely true, 100%. The person can't come to me and go, well, then who did it? Until you tell me, we're going to say it's him. No, falsification is independent of replacements, right? If you prove something false, that's fine. If you know what the real solution is, awesome. But you don't, it's not required.
Yeah. And how was the Flattober, is it right? How was it?
Flattoberfest.
Yeah, Flattoberfest. Yeah, exactly. Were there a lot of people there?
There's about 500 people there, and it's always great being around open-minded people. Like Flattoberfest for me, these conferences to me, I'd say half of the presentations were stuff I really wanted to hear. The other half was like, okay, I kind of know that stuff already, and it's interesting, but it's I would say that's 95% just being around awake, aware people. Like, no matter where you are, you can have any conversation and no one's gonna be like, oh my God, I'm offended. Oh my God, because everyone's awake and aware. Flat earthers are awake and aware to all the deception, not all of them, but most of the big deceptions of the world, right? There's deceptions that we're not even aware of yet. There's some crazy stuff going on here in the United States right now with you know, with they're trying to fake aliens, but there was a big event and a thing that happened in Florida, and just the videos are coming out of there. It's like people are saying they saw like these very tall non-human creatures at a mall, and like 80 cop cars showed up, and it was crazy. But I don't know, it wasn't there. It's just interesting, and it all's coming together while they're pushing the alien agenda. You know, I'm waiting for that fake alien invasion, and it's gonna, you know, I got my GMO free popcorn. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. That's, you know, sit back and have a popcorn and just watch the freak show come over. And the funny
I actually
thing
got
is,
some popcorn with caramel on it because it's going to be really good.
Caramel. I love caramel. That's
caramel
one of my
corn.
guilty pleasures. That's one of my guilty pleasures right there, just like chocolate and ice cream. But the funny thing is, when I dig into some rabbit holes, I looked at ancient times on Discovery and stuff like that. I really love that. And then this flat Earth thing came over, just like, okay, that could be interesting, but how? And then you could find awesome videos about it and stuff like that. And when I started to dig down into that rabbit hole, the only program I looked and where I searched was YouTube. So eventually I didn't watch any TV, didn't look or listen to radio shows and stuff like that, because I just had something like, oh my God, what is this BS that they are trying to tell me all the goddamn time? We're going to be invaded by aliens. They're going to be, just like you said, in California, there will be 8 feet tall humans walking down the earth. They're going to be an asteroid hitting the earth once in a while. And the funny thing is, if you take that down from yourself, there's so much peace, and then your mind starts to work just like, but how is this working? And I agree with you. On one level, especially 2015 and 16, 17, the internet was the biggest knowledge base of anything that you could search up, and you got some answers. And for me, it's always, is it the plausible answer for my own truth? And when it's resonating with me, it's like, okay, oh, that makes more sense than what they tell me to. And now you can't find anything. And the funny thing is, I found Mark Sargent on Wikipedia, but you don't have a Wikipedia page, Dave. What's happening? Oh, internet connection is.
I don't know. There is a guy that's building a flat Wikipedia. Oh, really? I hear you.
Yeah, but you're stuck sometimes. I don't know.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Am I stuck now?
No, you're not.
I'm good?
Yeah, now you're good. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's the thing. I'm recording on my side, so I'll send you my copy too. And if you need to edit a piece, now you're frozen. What is going on? No, now you're not frozen. Are we good? We're good. Let's move on.
Yeah.
We have a delay. There's a little bit of a delay. There's a delay?
Yeah, but it's getting worse now somehow. It wasn't in the beginning.
All right. Leave and come back. And then hit record again. Leave and come back.
So I got to copy
You do that.
Wait. Do I have it in the Zoom? Yeah, I think I do, right? Okay,
I sent you have it in the email.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. I'll see you in a bit.
Yeah.
On this computer. Right. And he's still a little bit rendering from the episode that we just did, but that's okay. But now you're good.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all right.
Yeah. Please.
Good. Where were we?
Yeah, exactly. Where were we? About the knowledge base from YouTube and the internet. Basically, you could search everything that you would like to search on, and you can make up your own plausible truth. And I'm a critical thinker. People like to say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." No, I'm not. I'm critical thinking about some answers that people give
And
me, and if they don't make sense, I like to know more about, so it makes my plausible truth, I say.
I'm a conspiracy analyst. When two or more people get together, their own benefit happens even in your own home daily. Um, that's a conspiracy, and I'm a conspiracy analyst. The difference between a conspiracy and a fact used to be 6 months, now it's 6 weeks. Okay, because all of this stuff is becoming real again. But you mentioned it before. Excuse me. You mentioned it before. Are we okay? You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, but your screen is frozen.
Are we having a problem again? God darn it.
We shouldn't put that on the internet.
That's
because
not
I
good.
think they
I
trying
don't like
to
that.
they send over the bad vibes. But
It's
maybe
no,
if
it's
you,
tough. The internet's not.
yeah, I got full
Let
internet.
me
I can
see.
see that right now, and I already
Yeah.
added more data, so that shouldn't be the problem. Let me check it, because my thing normally when I go now to YouTube or stuff like that, it would say, "Oh man, you got too much data going on, so there will be a little problem." Let me see. Oh yeah,
Frozen
I'm good.
now? Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen, but it's very pixelized. The
That's
screen.
not good.
Could you
Well,
hop
if you
on?
could hear me,
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah,
I'll just give you my. You can hear me. Can you see? Can you read?
yeah, but it's frozen all
No.
the time now. But we can. I can edit that. So if it's a little bit stocky, I will introduce it that we had some latency. I think it's called,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
But maybe everyone is going to search flat Earth right now. So they all have an
maybe.
awakening state
Maybe.
when they wake up tomorrow night.
I was going to just say that that's why I created this app, so people can find all the good information. It's all there. I have the frequently asked questions section, where people like, what about this? What about that? It's all there. Actually, the internet is not doing so good because my app won't even load right now. That's great. I guess the bandwidth is on my issue. But the app has all the information you need. And that's what I was going to say before. Belief is the enemy of knowing. Belief is easy. You can believe you live on a ball because someone told you and do no effort. But if you want to know that it's not a ball, you got to take the time. You got to use critical thought, not just memorization, actual God-given critical thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. If you look at the app, there is so much evidence provided for the non-believers that you can wrap your head around. And especially nowadays when there are more and more people talking about it, showing more and more evidence. And thumbs up for you, Dave, as I see all the videos that you posted with all the evidence on your kitchen table with the sun, how it works. It makes so much more sense. And the funny thing is, when people talk about no, it's retarded, we live on a globe. Okay, give me some evidence. Maybe come up with one or two questions that we will a little bit struggle on, and you have the with podcast with some questions that okay, how do they mean, and what's the perspective of this question, or what do they want us as an outcome? Yeah, exactly, that video. But that video shows exactly where we're living on. So you can do that if you're in on a globe.
You can't do that on a globe.
No. And that's the funny thing.
Right?
So how can people argue that we're not living on a flat earth if you got all this evidence showing up, and they come up with of course
because
with yeah, please tell.
yeah, they refuse to look, right? They refuse to understand that this line is level and this sun is not going below that this thing right here. It's a
Mm.
level line. It's all perspective, right? Here's the sun. What's it going behind? What is that? What is it going behind? It's going beyond the opaque horizon. When you look at the horizon, you know how flat earthers say the sun rise, I mean, the horizon rises to eye level.
Mm-hmm.
I'm changing that. The horizon is thousands of feet over your head. Thousands.
Uh-huh.
Thousands.
And it makes sense
Let me show
because you got these electromagnetic fields and stuff like that, all the stuff that's in our atmosphere, which makes it
Yeah,
disappear, right?
right. So here is a city, and as we move farther away, it gets smaller and smaller and lower, right?
Uh-huh.
So this line, this horizon is higher, is the height of those buildings. And the sun just goes beyond it,
Wow.
just like that. Yeah, just goes beyond it. So here is we're looking up at this building and the sun is moving, like say it's noon. Now it's like 1 o'clock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is that sun below the horizon or is it beyond the building?
Uh-huh. Beyond, right?
That's it. So yeah. So when you look at, let me just try to find it. Here we go. When you look at the way perspective works, go here. And so this is his eye height. And so we put this mountain here. This mountaintop is at his eye level or above it.
It's above.
It's above it. And the
Yeah.
sun, just like the building, is the sun below the mountain or beyond it?
Beyond. Yeah.
Right. And how could this guy see the sun again if he went up high or if he went backwards a couple miles? Right? Because have a
Probably
better,
both. Yeah.
yeah. So it goes backwards a little bit, and now his horizon looks like this. So this horizon, is it at his eye level or is it thousands of feet above his eye level?
Now it's on his eye
Well,
level.
it looks like it's at his eye level, but it's really still thousands of feet above his eye level.
Oh, but
His eyes have compressed it. This is still thousands. He just went backwards on a flat plane.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
now the top of this mountain looks like it's at his eye level, but it's still several thousand feet above his eyes.
Perspective.
Gets worse. Ready? So now watch the sun as it goes farther away. Is it going below the mountain or beyond it?
It's that's good question. Is it a trick
It's
question?
it's going beyond it.
Yeah.
It's just going beyond it, just like it did when it was closer. Same thing. So now we had the clouds, got the sun up here.
Mm-hmm.
So the clouds are high in the air and the sun is above it. And the sun just goes beyond this horizon, horizontal eye zone. So now what can we say about this horizon here? The clouds have merged into this horizon. So this mountaintops are thousands of feet above his eyes, and the clouds, which look like they're there also, are thousands of feet above the mountain. And the sun is above it. So it just went beyond it.
Exactly. Wow. It is it
And globers cannot understand that. It's amazing.
no, and they only come up with like I said, like 2, 3. I don't think they can have 10 things that is real evidence that you can look at. And if you look at the evidence that flat earthers have, or critical thinkers, or flat earth analysts, it's so much that you can't wrap your head around. Just like, okay, I don't have to dig into that because that's retarded, because there's so many things that you can point on. And how many experience that you do by yourself, David, to prove yourself well, that's the question, right? Most of the people that I talk to in this community is just like, oh man, when I when that came up, just like flat earth, just like, oh man, I'm going to debunk that within a few minutes. And then you dig into that rabbit hole, just like, oh crap, how can I debunk it? I mean,
Right.
I talked
So
to, yeah, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
I talked to Alex from the Fermental podcast, and he said basically what they do is when you're in a room with only white people and you don't see anyone behind you, you could say an argument, okay, there are only white people. But that's not true. You don't see more. But that's a stupid argument to say that there are only white people here. It's only what you see. So when you went
Right.
outside, you could probably see more different colors of people. So you will debunk yourself directly. But that's not what they do. They stay in the room with their own perspective. And probably you have that question almost thousands of times.
Yeah. I say that they have to straw man to glurf, right? Because to be a globe earther, you have to straw man like flat earthers. For example, Austin Whitsitt did a debate on Modern Day Debates a couple days ago, and the guy, his argument, he goes, flat Earth is dangerous because Mad Mike Hughes killed himself trying to prove the Earth was flat in a rocket ship. You know about Mad Mike Hughes?
No.
So Mad Mike Hughes was a daredevil, and he wanted to take the record from Evel Knievel on the highest, farthest steam-powered rocket jump. And his steam-powered rocket, he needed to raise some money. So some flat earthers said to him and said, hey, this is going to get a lot of publicity. If we raise the $7,000 you need, will you put a flat earth sticker on your, just say flat earth on the rocket, just to get people thinking about flat earth? Pretty cool. So they raised the money, and he did it, and he died. He killed himself, right?
Okay.
Supposedly. Some people say he's not dead. Let's just say he's dead, though.
Okay.
All right. Because, and he jumped 1,800 feet, right? 1,800 feet. And that was his goal, to get 1,800 feet. So to prove the earth is flat, is there any place in the world you can get higher than 1,800 feet? Yeah. A lot of buildings, mountains, everywhere. Okay. So the mainstream news ran with it worldwide. Man trying to prove the earth is flat kills himself. Okay. Man trying to, yeah. And they all run with it. And then the Globers use that as their why flat earth is dangerous. Are you freaking kidding me? The guy wasn't trying to prove flat earth. He wasn't even a flat earther, right? He just was trying to be a daredevil. And that's what they have. They have nothing. So you go out on a clear day and with cumulus clouds, you got these clouds thousands of feet above your head. And then within 20 to 25 miles, they literally look like they're touching the horizon. But we know that these clouds are still the same height as these clouds.
Yeah.
We know, right? And 25 miles is only like, what, 200, 300 feet of curvature if the Earth was a globe. So we know this is perspective because we know that, you know, this isn't 200, 300 feet. This is thousands of feet above your head. And they all merge into this horizontal eye zone, right? We have our perspective grid. So again, we got mountains in here. The clouds that are farther away, are they below the horizon or are they beyond the mountain? Just like I showed you before.
Yeah,
they're beyond.
Yeah.
They're beyond, right? So we move the mountains into the distance and fill in the foreground here. There you go. And we have the same thing. Thousands of feet above his eyes. And things just go beyond it. Beyond it. The sun is above it. And it goes beyond it. Now, watch this. When the sun goes beyond it, I don't care if you have the Hubble telescope. You can't zoom in and bring it back. Why? Because there's a physical barrier in front of you. Now, if we were doing this over water, same thing. The atmosphere becomes opaque with clouds or without. The sun goes beyond it. You cannot zoom it back in, no matter how much of a telescope you have, because it's beyond something opaque. Now, a boat or a city skyline, that's below the horizon. That's a terrestrial object. And they'll disappear due to perspective And if you zoom in, you can see it again because it's not beyond. It's just small, and you can zoom it in again. So when the globers got a glurf the globe, you got a straw man to glurf. They will not accept the fact that there is a difference between terrestrial to terrestrial observations and terrestrial to celestial observations, because there's layers. Layers.
It's fascinating, isn't it? It's fascinating that all the people that I talk to that are now flat earthers, they all try to debunk the theory about we're not living on a flat earth. No way. No way. Just like yourself, you just did the experiments and just like, holy crap, how does this work? And you dig in more into it, and just like you did some experience, stuff like that, and then just like, whoa, this doesn't make any sense that we're living on a globe.
People say, what about photos from space, NASA, the International Space Station? So this is from the International Space Station. We have our hurricane, right? This is a very big friggin' hurricane, right? Hurricane. That's a hurricane, right? They tell us that hurricane is 400 miles wide. So this is the 400 miles on a globe, right? So this is the United States from NASA. I'm using the same size circle. I just overlaid the globe. Mm-hmm. So the United States is only 400 miles long, and it's not even to the edge yet. It's like 3,500 miles, right? So they've got nothing. Then you compare it to another shot they have. Let me move over a little bit. This is the United States. So the United States is even smaller now, and I'm making them the same size. What does that tell you?
It makes no sense.
It tells you that they're lying. It tells you that they're lying, right? This is supposedly 400 miles. This is the United States. From here to here is 3,500 miles. Mm-hmm. You got another 1,000 over here, but that's the size of this hurricane. Right? How stupid are they? And they say that we're cult, we're in a cult. Flat Earth is a cult, right? This is what they want you to think a cult leader looks like. This is Charles Manson. I don't know if you guys know about him. Cult leader, right? But this is what a cult really looks like. Here's our cult leader, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and everybody worshiping the globe, right? Yeah.
Isn't that unbelievable that when you dig now into some topics, and it doesn't matter what conspiracy between the lines you dig in, there's no information to be found. It's something like, my parents told me, oh, you got a question that I don't want to answer, shut up. There's no plausible answer, so just shut up. Why? Why can't I dig into some stuff that that brings out an answer that I'm related with, or that that'll resonate.
What type of floor? What type of floor do you have in your room right now? What kind of floor is it?
It's what's it called? It's this PVC kind of
hardwood, linoleum, PVC. Okay, so PVC, great. PVC floor.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about the lights in the ceiling to prove what the floor is made out of and the shape of the floor. Okay. We'll talk about the lights in the ceiling. All right. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's what globes like to do. They like to point up to the lights in the sky that are provably not what they tell us. Right. Provably, you can't have a burning ball of gas in a space vacuum. It breaks the laws of physics. And they like to say, well, you can, from the 3 different continents, you could see the Southern Cross at the same time. Well, there's actually only 20 minutes of one day per year that somebody here, and here can see the Southern Cross. Okay. Here's the problem. This guy's looking south. This guy's looking southwest. This guy's looking southeast, and they can see the Southern Cross. But if the Earth were a globe, let me see if I have that here. If the Earth was a globe, I can't change that. If you're here looking at the globe, looking at the Southern Cross, you would be looking down towards Antarctica on the globe. And here you'd be looking down. So the Southern Cross would be upside down. These
Huh.
two people would see it upside down from each other, but they don't. They just see it at a slightly different angle, like they're looking across a flat plane, right?
Yeah.
But here's the problem. People can't process that information in their head because they've been dumbed down, not taught to understand. Like if you and I were in a room across from each other,
Mhm.
and I drew a 6 on the ceiling, you're going to see a 9.
Yeah,
We're looking at the
exactly.
same thing.
It's
And then
perspective.
that would, in global world, that would mean that you're upside down and we're antipodal to each other and we're on a ball. That's what it means. Right?
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
The funny thing always, when I say it's just like a ball doesn't hold any water because it's going to slip off, they say, yeah, but that's gravity. Well, okay, not by debunking gravity, but how does it work when you say, is water then a magnetic stuff that could hold on to something? Well, if you have a ball, you could have a drop of water, probably, but not much than whatever they talk about.
Large bodies of water at rest lay flat. Large bodies of water at rest lie flat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And I heard some debunking stuff that they try to pull on. Just like, yeah, but there are some levels. How do you explain that? Because it's always find this level. Well, if you go to Switzerland, there are some lakes and stuff like that that are above where I live in the Netherlands, right? So that it makes completely sense because they're in a basin, or how you call it. They're enclosed systems, and so it makes
they're contained.
Yeah, they contain
water needs to be contained.
Yeah. What you got there? This beautiful moon.
Yeah, so this is zooming in on the moon, and it's a perfect focus. Now, if I wanted to look at something half the distance or twice the distance, I would have to change the focus, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you're looking at it at different. And so here's the moon out of focus. We just brought it a little bit out of focus, right? And then we focus the other way, front and beyond it. And this is what they call Jupiter, and these are the lights that surround Jupiter. Mm-hmm. And they call them moons. And amazingly, they reflect light so bright that we can see them as bright as stars. So it's amazing how dusty, dirty balls that aren't reflective can reflect light from a distant, tiny sun. Because from Jupiter, the sun is very tiny. So that distant, small sun is reflecting off of the dusty, dirty moon and coming back to us as bright as a star or brighter. Right? So here it is in focus. A tiny bit focus one way or the other. It goes out of focus, forward and backwards. Here it is. But we're going from here, and then we just move the camera to the moon.
Yeah, makes
zero
sense.
Change in focus. They're both the same distance. Whatever they are, the thing that we're looking at is very close to the same distance. There's some guys on YouTube that have on TikTok that use telescopes, and they show this in detail, and it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I had
Tyler. Was it Tyler? I forget.
I think Tyler, and I think I had Mormon Rishi on a podcast. He was also on the Flat Earth Files from George Hobbs, and he has this brilliant telescope and makes really magnificent pictures. And I was talking just this Saturday. I was talking to a guy who is an amateur. What's it called that you do? Astrology. He likes to look at stars and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, but Rob, everything is round. I said, have you ever taken a look at the star? What NASA shows you and how it really looks like? You can say that it's the same thing. And he was just thinking, yeah, but I give this lectures and stuff like that. I said, but do you look in your telescope? And he said, well, yeah, well, except that I'm giving these lectures, I haven't looked at it for a few years now. So what are you trying to say then? If you just can take a look at it, I have a Huawei P30 Pro. So probably Chinese people are going to look at my stuff that I do all around the world. But I can zoom in with the moon. And I can zoom in just like a star, not that bright. Like this is like a P1000, I think, Nikon. But look at that beauty of that. It makes complete sense. And when you look with your bare eye, you can see that the stars are glaring and having different kinds of colors, just like you show here. Wow. Wait, you're muted. You muted, Dave.
There we go. Sorry about that. NASA would be like, they don't lie. Look at this. This is a spacewalk. Look, watch right here. What is that? What's going on? It's going behind. This is just layers. This is just complete. This alone proves there is no space station. NASA's lying about everything.
Yeah. Tyler has is proving that with the glitches in the rockets that they shoot up. Just like, oh yeah, was the bottom gone? When there's an explosion with SpaceX, he said, what is this here? It's just glaring and glitching all the time. How is that possible when you have a normal camera, right? So here they are in the bath tube of NASA.
Well, I don't know what this is. Sometimes it's underwater. Sometimes they do other stuff. I think there's just some wires in this one in the studio. And watch his foot. Watch his foot. Oops. It's behind two layers. So it's just showing you how he becomes transparent. Again, do they do this on purpose? Are they just trying to disclose it to us, or are they just that stupid? Look at his foot.
The last one. I think the last one.
Yeah,
when you have $70 million
I go back and forth.
When you
80 million a day.
Oh, 80 million a day. You can do better stuff. I think when I give a guy that wants to be the new director of the world, something like that, and make a brilliant movie, and I give him a budget that's like 10 million, and he could shoot the film with 50,000 euros, just like amateur, but I give him 10 million, he would make something awesome. And you have 80 million.
This was, no kidding. I got nothing, and I do some green screen stuff. Is pretty amazing. This was I don't know if this was an official NASA live stream, but they made it look like it was, and we saw this line, this line. Like what's going on here besides the flat horizon? What's this line where it's just spliced together? What is this? And this line, by the way, I think it's like 5,000 miles. Wait a minute. You can't 5,000 miles on a globe? You can't see 5,000 miles on a globe. That would go halfway around the globe.
In a straight line?
Yeah, a straight line.
How?
Yeah.
Oh man. How many proof do you find? You have found already a lot, and of course there are a lot of films that you provided now on your flat Earth map or flat Earth app, which is really great, guys. You had to dig into that because it's really awesome. If you have any questions, you can search in the search bar. You can look at videos, at books, at all the stuff that Dave collects to provide you the truth about where we live in and how we live.
Here's my favorite. My favorite is go to the frequently asked questions and the why the lie right here. Why the lie?
Oh yeah.
The videos in there are phenomenal. Just watch the first couple. That's a great one. And if you also go to the web button, which is I call the more resources page, and there is a button right here called full length videos or FE movies.
Okay.
Like that. And in it are turn off Netflix. You don't need Netflix anymore. I'm going to save you $19 a month, whatever you're paying for Netflix, and just watch these videos. Again, A Stranger's Guide to Flat Earth classic. That's a great first one to watch because it takes the top 21 questions and answers them in 2, 3, 4 minutes each. Hibbler Productions, One Shot at Redemption. You got Military Whistleblowers with Flatten the Curve. The Mechanical Realm. Have you seen that yet? About the Antarctica mechanism, a true working model from thousands of years ago of the flat Earth. It works better than anything else, and it's a working model. So when the Globers go, "Where's your working model?" Here it is. But here's the problem: they won't watch it because it's an hour and 40 minutes, and it's well done. Right? Watch these videos again. More Hibbler, really great stuff, and just go through these. Marty Leeds, The Ultimate Litmus Test. Watch that one with the family, although he does swear a lot in there. I just got to throw that out there.
Oh, okay, but
I love it.
Depends on what kind
I love it. He uses the words very, very well. NASA going nowhere since 1958 or whatever. That's Jaron made that one. A great video. Heliosaucery, a biblical one, phenomenal. Some flat Earth proofs in here, all sorts of stuff, and just go through these. There's part of my challenge is watch the daily video. So every day on my app,
Mm-hmm.
every day on my app, there's a daily video right here, and I say watch the video every day for 2 weeks. That's why you're having your breakfast, you're having your coffee, whatever. Watch the video, and at the end of that 2 weeks, if you can come up with one globe proof, you win 3 Bitcoins. That's like $125,000, and no one does it. The other challenge is just watch 3 of the videos in that FE movies list. Just watch 3 of them. And if you won't come up with a globe proof, because by the time you're done with 3, you're going to be a flat earther. So if you can't handle being able to tell your friends and family that you're not buying the mainstream bullcrap anymore, then don't do it. Just live in your bubble and waste your life on never reaching your full potential.
Yeah.
How about that?
And the funny thing is, the only excuse that they have is, oh, it's 1.5 hour. Oh, I don't have the time for that.
Yeah, right.
What?
I have go to my YouTube channel. DITRH stands for Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole. All of my videos, most of them are under 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes.
Exactly.
Right. All short videos. So just bang out those videos, and it's scientifically impossible for a working mind to watch a few of these flat Earth videos and remain a baller. It just is. It's impossible. It's impossible. And on the app, let's look at the worldview for a second. And people say flat Earth is dying. Flat Earth is growing so fast, it is scary.
Oh, you got like 150,000 friend subscribers already? I saw it today.
Well, the app has 128,000 that are on the friend finder, but the app actually, those are people that have their friend finder on.
Oh,
it's more like 180,000. And then there's even more people that have the app that just haven't signed up for this. So these are the people around here. Where's the Netherlands?
Yeah, if you go now to to the left. To the left. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And now with the dark space, there is England. And a little bit down, Amsterdam. There you saw Amst. So now a little bit to the right. So you see Luxembourg.
Okay.
Right? No, to the right. So you're looking now at the island of UK. So where the density is, and the dark spot, there's Amsterdam and Rotterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now to the right. Now to the right.
There's people everywhere. There's people everywhere. And on the app, you can contact them, right? Like if I go to my profile here, I can create a profile. And then, by the way, this is going to take a huge upgrade. It's going to help you walk you through setting up your profile, and then it's going to match you with other people. You're looking for a friend, you're looking for a significant other, you're looking for a business partner, you're looking for somebody that's interested. Like, let's say I want to move to the Netherlands. I could type in Amsterdam or whatever, and real estate broker. And I could, hey, I found 2 flat Earth real estate brokers in wherever I want to go. And now let me tell you something. If you were going to go buy a house, and there's countless real estate brokers, but there's a flat Earth real estate broker, who are you going to pick?
Oh, that one, because he's got the same belief system as I have, and he has his wide open.
Because his mind is open, and he sees the world for what it is.
And now comes the best part. Sorry, Dave. Now comes the best part. What does the app cost you per year?
The app, $3 one-time charge.
One-time charge, ladies and gentlemen.
Hold on, but there's a catch. For some of the advanced features, like you can look at the friend finder, but if you want to message people, if you want to search, do some of the the stuff that actually costs money per use, right? I have to charge more, and it charges $11 per year. $11 per year. So anyone that's crying about that, maybe you should really be focused on other things. But here's the thing: on the friend finder. On the friend finder map, you click this middle button right here. Mine's yellow because it's the number of referrals you have. I have 102 people that use my referral code. Click this little pencil, create your referral code, because you'll get a random number. Just create something that whatever. Put in Rob, whatever you want.
Okay,
that's the name of your podcast.
Oh, that's cool.
Up to 7 characters, right? And then whenever you tell someone about the app, the first thing the app after they download it says, "Hey, do you have a referral code? Yes or no?" There's no skin off their back. They put it in, and then you get the credit on your thing. If you get 11 credits, you can trade them in for a year subscription. So I made it so you don't even have to pay the stupid $11.
Wow.
Right? Because here's the thing: when you talk to someone about flat Earth, and you show them the app, everyone says the same thing. Where do I get that app? And just say, here, use my referral code. And then the subscription's for free.
Wow.
Right.
How?
And then
that's tremendous.
There's a new button right here, which is the magnifying glass, and it's a video search. So someone said, what was that movie? Let's see if it works. I'm going to say, well, where's that Dave's Flat Earth Kitchen? Right? You can find it in where does the sun go section, but let's say, I'm going to type in kitchen, KITCHEN. I've never tried this. Let's see if it shows up. I type in kitchen and boom, there's all the different versions. It's all, or if you want to find Sean Hibbler's stuff. So HIBB, is it ELER? Hibbler.
Yeah.
Search, and here's a bunch of Sean Hibbler stuff.
Oh, right? He made tremendous. If you look like level up, stuff like that, and you will be.
By the way, his next video is called Old World Order. It's going to break open our history. It's going to be phenomenal, and he's working with Stu Peters on it. I don't know if you know who he is. It's going to be huge. It's going to be amazing. So again, the search feature alone is worth the $11 because you're going to waste all your time looking for videos. All the videos are on here, and actually not all of them, but all the videos I feature, the videos that are in playlists, are all on here, and we keep adding more. Right? So YouTube screwed us with their algorithm, so I made a new algorithm. Right? This is the flat earthers. Yeah, and like when someone says I did a show. Let's say and someone wants to book me again. I did the show a couple of years ago, and I want to see the show that I did with them. Like, how do I find it? Right? And all you do is just search. Like, there was a video. Let's say I was on Infowars, so I'll just type in Infowars. That's actually not a good one because YouTube just removed it. And
they remove a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but here's the thing. So here's anything that's related to Infowars. But
okay, cool.
I have a workaround that literally is going to be within the next couple of days, where even when YouTube removes it, it remains on here. So again, and then all my stuff is backed up on flatearthdave.tv, and that's a blockchain server. It's not going anywhere.
Like Mastodon. Something like that, like not centralized.
Yeah, it's all over. Yeah, right.
Cool. Well, people that listen to this that we're talking about, and that they can wrap their head around about what we're talking about, flat Earth, and how do we come by this, well, let's say belief system. If you check out the app, I will mail me. I'll give you the code.
Go to just flatearthdave.com. That's where you get the app.
Everything.
If you go to Google, it's
interviews.
Yeah, but if you go to Google Play, they had some stupid globers. You got a straw man to glurf. They made an app with the same name, and it's horrible. If you happen to accidentally buy their app, make sure you leave them a proper review. Also, if you buy my app, make sure you leave it a proper review. It's only getting better and better, and the globers are out there, trying to. Luckily, they don't want to spend the $3 to leave me a bad review, so it's not too bad. But you just go to flatearthdave.tv, and that's where you can find all my YouTube channels. You can find my interviews channels, right? On the app, if you hit the web button, right here are all my interviews, and your interview, when it goes on YouTube, will be at the top of that list. You hit it, and there's 1,000 interviews on that list.
Wow.
And
that's tremendous work, Dave. I mean, that's really, really a lot of work, and it works really well. There's so much information that it's unbelievable.
How about this? This is the images section, and before you'd have to kind of just scroll through. But let's say you're looking for, What about the sun under the clouds? That Glover's used. So I put sun, oops, sun, S-U-N, under, there it is, boom. Sun under clouds. And this is a picture I actually took last year showing the sun under the clouds, but the tops of the clouds are lit. And then the bottoms are not lit because the Globers say that the sun lights up the clouds. And no, it doesn't. You know, sometimes you see the sun coming through the clouds and it looks like the bottoms are lit. But again, anything, you know, any specific picture you're looking for, you can find it there. So, you know, you want to see photos of Earth, just, you know, put Earth. And here are, that narrows it down to all of the photos of Earth.
Wow.
And then again, you know, so someone says, you know, you want to pull up a picture and then you can say, all right, I want to send somebody this picture, this picture, this picture, and this picture. And then you hit the little send, the little share button, and you can send up to 5 images at a time. So all of them at your fingertips. Yeah.
So except the book that you're going to make about the Globies that email you.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that's really going to be fun. It's going to be a thick book, I think, with only fuck, retards, and blah, 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 stuff like that. But
it's going to be funny because it's going to be like a disgusting, soulless, stupid person comment, and then a really heartfelt, warm, amazing, loving message. And it's going to go back and forth, back and forth.
That's how do you deal with the critics? I think that's something I
don't give them any attention. I don't give any attention. Like the one guy, McToon. These guys are paid deceivers. These guys are paid deceivers, whether they're paid or not. I know they make money on their channel, whether they're spiritually deceivers or they're willingly deceivers, you know, because somebody's hired them. I couldn't tell you which one it is, but paid or possessed is the same thing in my book. They're really just disgusting human beings, and you're never going to teach them anything anyway. You know, Austin Whitsitt, he's debated all these guys, and he destroys them. And now he's just like, all right, I'm over it. No one wants to talk to that guy. And I actually was at a biblical debate in Tennessee recently, and there was thousands of people there. You know, thousands of flat earthers. And everyone's like shaking my hand and saying hello. It was really nice to meet everybody. And at towards the end, this one guy shakes my hand, and I was like, "Hey, where are you from? What's your name?" And he goes, "Dave, really?" And it was McToon, right? And I looked him in the face, and I didn't recognize him right away. And then I recognized. I have to tell you something. He's pure evil. Like, he touched my hand, and my hand is not the same. It's really not the same. It was like a friggin' month ago, right? If I could grow a hand back in a year, I'd chop my hand off today. Okay. But it's so weird. Like when you're next to somebody that possessed, the energy that he had really affected me. It really was disgusting. You know, so his big thing is going around, you know, why won't Flat Earth Dave debate me? I won't debate him because he's a pointless, disgusting piece of crap. Right. And I'm not interested in talking to him. I'm interested in talking to people like you and people that are really asking questions about life and that won't just stick and stick to their beliefs, that unsupported beliefs, and strawman us.
I got a good one for you. You know this Sideman Dan or whatever his
yes,
right?
I call him strawman Dan.
Yeah, so
he's so bad. He's the worst.
The funny thing is,
I forgot about him.
Dave, this one you're gonna love. So I was digging up. His real name is, I think it's David Rock or something like that. So I searched him.
I don't even know.
No, okay, but I searched him, and it was like 5 minutes work, right? He has 14 followers on his LinkedIn, and he has 14 people that follow him. So he follows 14 people, and 14 people are following him. Now comes the deal. He calls himself Doctor, right? So I looked at that stuff, and he has a PhD in art and media. That doesn't make you a scientific doctor. So he proclaims that he is, and he's talking about that on YouTube a lot. You know, I know about all the things.
Rob,
he's talking much crap.
His videos are just comedy. They're just comedy. and he just snarky comments, and they don't even make any sense. He makes 0 points,
Exactly.
and he makes funny faces. He does nothing. But the problem is, it traps weak minds. It traps people that aren't willing to use their God-given common sense, and then they're like, oh, well, he didn't make that face, and he didn't make that snarky comment, and I don't want to go against that because and people are just weak. I call them weak minds. They do have weak minds because guess what? If you don't use your mind, it becomes weak. If you are a memorizer and a regurgitator, you have a weak mind. A weak mind.
Dave, I got. I don't know how much time do you have?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. I'm gonna shoot 10 questions for my guest at you, and I have a very nice.
We'll do all 10 questions. They don't have to be nice. Ask me some hard questions.
Yeah. These are normal questions, but I have one hard question that I got from one of my listeners.
Start with that one.
What do you think about the 24 sun that doesn't set in Antarctica?
There is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica. No one has ever seen it. There's some fake videos of it, and people are like, look at the sun. It goes around perfectly, right? So that means that the one that the newest one, it goes around perfectly level all the way around. That means that they're at the exact North Pole, and there's these buildings there. I'm like, what? At the South Pole. That makes no sense. But they're like, how are you going to fake that? So I took the video, and I added 2 more suns to it. Okay. So I had 3 suns circling around, and I have 0 budget. I have 0 skill in doing shit like this. And I did it, and my sun looked damn well just as good. Well, what about the shadows? You don't think they could do shadows? You don't do them with green screens and stuff. They could do crazy stuff. They with the green screens, they got a guy reflecting off of a piano, and the piano's not there. Nothing's there. Right. So it's like these people are so stupid. But we've had people in Antarctica that said that worked there for 6 months. Some worked there for a year. They never saw the sun. They did have some 24 hours of daylight, but that's different than sunlight.
Oh,
right. When I said that on when I was on that ridiculous supposedly debate with fake phony Professor Dave. I said that daylight is different than sunlight. And they're like, oh, and they literally had to take that out of context and it's like, oh, you don't think the light comes from the sun. I'm like, I never said that. So sunlight, like, here's proof. Before the sun rises, here in Mexico especially, for a half hour, it's daylight. Okay? There's no sun. There's no sun. The sky's lit. I can go on the opposite side, on the west side of my house, and I could read a book. Right? Wait, where's the sun? It's still below the horizon on the globe.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
The sun excites the gases in the sky and they become daylight. Right? And that's why we have the colors at sunset, because the sun is going away, and it's exciting the lower layers of all the different gases, and it's amazing. All right, go ahead.
Wow. Okay,
so there is no 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
No, and we can go there to prove it ourselves. So that's one of the other things. That's another discussion.
Well, people say, why don't you go to Antarctica? Here's the problem. If you can get to Antarctica in December 21st or right around there, where the sun would be, the chances of you having a clear day are close to freaking zero, right? So how many times are you gonna have to go there and spend $20,000, $30,000, and 2 weeks, 3 weeks of your time to try to get this? Here's the thing: it's Crow's law of high definition. Anything interesting that can be filmed in high def will be filmed in high def, right? But it is not. It hasn't happened. And when you're in Antarctica, if you watch the sun, it comes towards you and it goes away. It antarcs. Look, if I'm in here in the middle, inside of the tropic where you are, inside of tropical Cancer, what's the sun doing? It's arcing around us.
Yeah.
The Arctic. Okay? The Arctic. Isn't that weird? Like, the sky is a clock, the sun is going around us, it's arcing around us, the Arctic. Interesting. When you're out here, the sun is not going around you, it's coming towards you and away. Towards you and away.
Wow.
That's the Antarctic. And if you go on the app in the Antarctica and the 24-hour sun section, where is that? Right there. Whoops.
Oh, yeah. That's the video you made, right? With the three suns and
No, no, well, I'm sure it's in there, yeah. But right here, there's one of the videos shows the Arctic sun, and you can see that it's circling, and then it shows the Antarctic sun coming towards you and then going away from you. It's not arcing around you. You can literally see it, but you have to stop and think and critically think.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, it's just it's beyond ridiculous. Where's my 24 hours? Is that my 24-hour sun one?
Yeah, I think it was quite a wide video, right?
Yeah, well, I made a whole bunch of them. I mean, they're on my
Yeah, I see
TikTok.
that. So
Um,
do you gonna have a meeting in Europe?
am I going to have a meeting in Europe?
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm in the United States.
yeah, but when is there a possibility that you come to Europe once and uh, talk to people that are interested in what we are saying about? Oh yeah, that's the video exactly.
Yeah,
But because
they're
the
my
movement
sons.
is spreading so much right now,
Yeah. Well,
um,
there's Flat Earth. There's a meetup in the UK. How far is that from you?
well, it depends. It's like I have to cross the ocean, the little one, but that will be depends on where in the UK. So when it's going to be
There's
London,
been conferences. Yeah, it's somewhere near London. There's conferences out there. There's my friend Ian. He's been putting on these meetups, and they've been getting over 100 people or so. So I think that's the number. I'm actually speaking at the next one remote like this
mhm.
in January. We're gonna actually do a full app review, which is I've never done yet because there's so many features on the app that people don't even know about.
Okay, is that the 11th and the 16th February in Anacapulco? Do I
No,
pronounce
that
it well?
I'm speaking at Acapulco, Mexico. That's a big freedom conference. That's going to be an amazing time. But
Yeah, that,
I'm really torn at what I'm going to show because when you're telling someone about flat Earth, you can show them 15 flat Earth proofs. But if you don't address the one thing that they think proves the globe, then you didn't prove anything. So I have a list of things that I want to get through, but I only have 45 minutes. I ran through I literally, and I'm deciding, do I talk slower and show less, or do I just friggin' steamroll?
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm going for the steamroll. I'm going to do the whole thing because hopefully I get granted where I have another longer seminar the next day. I'm going to tell people, boom, 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 boom. This, you want to know more? Come to tomorrow's seminar. Come tomorrow. That's what I'm just going to
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
saying.
exactly. So,
And,
so like sneak peek, something
it's
like
going to
that.
be it. I'm doing it in like Keynote, which is like PowerPoint, and it's going to be really good. I can't wait. It's going to
Wow.
be
And there
amazing.
are other people like Beth Martin, Steve Falconer, Clark Robinson, and Jeff Barrick.
They're all flat earthers. And
Yeah, they're
Andrew
all.
Kaufman, throwing him out under the bus. Andy, you're a flat earther. Admit it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so I got 10 fast questions for you. Some are easy, some are a little bit difficult.
They're
I
all
hear for some
easy. Go
guests.
ahead.
Okay,
Go
what's your
ahead.
favorite color, Dave?
Blue, boring, right?
Okay, favorite music?
Favorite music. That's really a hard thing to answer. Like I love conspiracy music, solfeggio music because that literally calms your nerves and
Mhm.
stuff like Holy Harmony. But I also like Led Zeppelin and the Who, from back in the day.
Yeah.
Um, and there's some great flat Earth people that sing some great flat Earth tunes. I like that too. So I can't pick a favorite one there.
But that's okay because it's a very hard
Yeah,
question. You can bring it down in
yeah.
genres, in moods, and
it,
stuff like that.
it's all different stuff. All different
Yeah.
stuff. I like some '80s. Some of the '80s stuff is kind of fun. Um, yeah, there
Okay.
you go.
What's your favorite film or series?
Film or series. Breaking Bad was a great one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You watch the whole thing. You watch the whole thing.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
it did. And
And,
yeah.
and there's a flat Earth reference in there too. They talk
There
flat.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, but there are in Hollywood there are made a lot of things that have clues to flat Earth, and well, sometimes you have to open your eyes and just listen to what they have to say, that you say, hey, wait a minute, what did he just said? Or what do I see?
When Heisner's wife was grilling him about having two cell phones, and because he asked him for a cell phone, he's like, which one? When he's going into surgery, she goes, you told me which one. So I know that you have another cell phone. And he goes, honey, I was under anesthesia. I could have said the earth is flat. Boom, out of nowhere.
There it is.
Right. Yeah.
David, what's your favorite book?
My favorite book. It's going to be the Book of Enoch when I finish it. There's so many. 1984. That's not my favorite book. For a really short book, The Navigator Who Crossed the Ice Wall and The Iron Republic.
Oh, Iron Republic. I listened to that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's great anyone who wants to listen to that. The Morgul does a great job. Just search the Iron Republic. You can find it on the app, or that one will even show up on YouTube. But The Navigator Who Crossed the Ice Wall, and then another book. I had it right here. There's a new one by that guy, Nos Confunden Map. I can't reach it. Those are cool. I like that. So when you say favorite, now it's my favorite because this is what I'm researching.
It's a period, right? So same goes with the film and same goes with the music. Sometimes you just have another favorite. Okay, now some easy questions. What's your favorite beverage or drink?
Well, if you're wondering what I'm drinking,
yeah, I was wondering.
There's this place that makes that they make fresh juices. So and I got a quart, 2 quarts of watermelon juice, 2 quarts of fresh orange juice, 1 quart of pineapple juice, and 1 quart of grapefruit juice, and all of that, literally freshest, best juice ever. All of that costs like $10 total.
Wow,
right? $10.
And it's right? Without like it's like without any alcohol.
Yeah, no. That and so what I did. So what I made there is I had ice cubes made of orange juice ice cubes, and grapefruit juice ice cubes, and I poured them in a diluted watermelon juice and water, and I just was ice and juice, and it's delicious.
Oh,
and if you want to throw some tequila in there, it's not.
So vodka, yeah, that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Well, my favorite food would be sushi.
Oh, what kind of clothes do you like to wear the most?
I have 15 pairs of the same khaki cargo shorts and flip-flops. I came here with 4 pairs of them and 1 pair of black ones. And that's it.
And probably a t-shirt from your own shop, right? With flatearthdave.com.
I got flatearthdave.com, right. Yeah, I got one in Spanish that says level earth in Spanish.
Okay, cool.
You know what I discovered today? Know what I discovered? On Google Translate, you can hit the images button and then give it access to your camera, and like you can point it at anything in Spanish, like a menu, and it changes it right there to English.
Yeah, I got that already on my phone.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I can make measurements with my phone. Like what is the dimension of this? Just like oh man. With these devices, and some people think, oh, just a phone. No, man, we got a big computer that probably can go to the moon because it has more MBs and more.
Go to the
moon. What's your favorite holiday destination, Dave?
Holiday destination? Well, it would be something tropical, and right now I'm in Mexico, so right now Mexico is my favorite.
Okay, cool. So we come to the last 2 questions. What's your favorite quote?
Belief is the enemy of knowing by Crow 777 Radio. Anybody that's not subscribed to Crow, to CRR, 2 R's, CRROW777radio.com. It's an audio podcast, 1 podcast a week. I think there's 500 back episodes. Do not send your kids to college. Do not. That is a trap. Have them listen to 1 Crow episode every day. 4 old ones and 1 new one, and at the end of a month, let alone of a semester or a school year, that kid is going to be more functional in this world than anyone that went to college or didn't go to college.
Wow.
So, And
What's
that's
your
eight. That's eight. You can go. You can go listen to that. But by the way, you can go. That's in the homeschool section on the app. You hit the homeschool button. But I just go. You can go listen to it. It's a 2-hour podcast. The first hour is free. The second hour you have to subscribe. Just go listen to the first hours. After a couple of them, you're like, wait a minute, I got to hear the whole thing, and you're gonna be addicted. It's $8 a month. It's no big deal. And compare that to how much college costs. Okay.
I got that same with when I went to Flat Earth Files from George Hobbs. Shout out
George
to
is
that
great.
one. That's one of
Yeah.
the guys.
Oh, he told you about Crow also.
Yeah, also, yeah, and
Yeah.
of course some of them guests. I connected with Raul and Alex through the Flat Earth Files to the Firmamental. So I'm a little bit more now Firmamental Europe and Disorganized Production. So we work together. We work together. So and that's really tremendous. And big shout out to George Hobbs, who does a tremendous job with all these guests, with all different perspectives and stuff like that. And it just makes sense if you listen to the stories that people that have to tell. Last question, Dave. What is your life's motto?
Seek ultimate knowledge and share it with others.
Wow, great one. Great one. Well, time flies by when you're having fun, isn't it?
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk flat Earth forever. It's never gets bored. Nobody ever leaves, and that's because it's a cult, right?
Yeah.
No, it's because it's the truth. It unlocks your mind. It lets you connect with the creator, and it helps you reach your full potential. And it takes the limits. They want you to believe that we're running out of everything. We're running out of space, food, water, electricity, everything. It's all nonsense. It's all being hidden from us.
Yeah.
Right. On the homeschool section, the top row is a bunch of old world stuff. And Jake, I'm the improbable dreamer up there. He just put out some videos of electric cars from 100 or so years ago that pulled the electricity out of the ether. So you don't even need to recharge them.
What about the Zeppelins from early days, like the Hindenburg and stuff like that?
With thousands of people on them, thousands of people flying all around the earth. Okay. It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Everything's unbelievable, but I'm starting to believe in a lot of things. So again, life is never boring. Flat Earthers all say the same thing, never bored. Are you ever bored? Are you ever bored? No. I used to be bored. I used to flick channels and just try to find something.
Exactly. I don't have that anymore. I don't have that anymore.
It's so stupid.
Too much stuff to think about, to dig into and stuff like that.
Yes.
What's besides Flat Earth, your other favorite conspiracy topic?
Well, our fake history is absolutely amazing. Again, on the app, if you hit the homeschool, looks like a little home with a school desk. This guy. The homeschool button is the home with a kid in the desk. That button. And by the way, on the app, long press any button, and it'll tell you what it does. Like if I go back and I long press it, it tells you what it does.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So if you're trying to figure out what's going on, but if you hit the homeschool button right here, I'm the improbable dreamer. He looks at old buildings and then looks up at the narrative, what they say. He's proving amazing stuff. By the way, he's going to be in Hibbler's film, Old World Order. Get caught up on his work. Jake, I'm the improbable dreamer. This guy, Lucius Aurelian, he's awesome. And of course, a classic is John Levy. So these right here, and then again, Crow's right here. Lots of resources. Like this page alone, and there's more below. This page alone will just keep you busy with amazing knowledge, amazing
stuff. Yeah, and shout out for Sean Hibbler, who's making a new movie, and he's still looking for people that will fund this movie because he can't do it by himself yet. So if you have something, also reach out to Dave, flatearthdave.com, to find everything you can imaginable think about that Dave has put it in his app and on his website, about interviews, podcasts, about where he's going to show up, like the 11th and the 16th February. Well, there's so much we can talk about, and that's the funny thing, and that's one of the things that really intrigues me and fascinates me. People in Flat Earth society or community, better said, they are willing to use their mind to think about topics that, first of all, that they would debunk, and then they come in this rabbit hole, just like, whoa, wait a minute, I got to use my brain to get my head around, and then it all makes sense, and this world, this veil is opening, just like, whoa, now I found some gold and the truth and the diamonds and stuff like that, which you need in life to get better, more wisdom, more knowledge that you can spread out to other people. And luckily, just like tattoos in the early days, you were a bad guy. Now it's very common, and let's hope that also for the flat Earth community, it will be more common that people don't just say that you're stupid or retarded, but that you just can have a dialogue with them and talk with them. That's
Flat Earth is taking off. Flat Earth is going to go mainstream.
For all my life, with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always right, and he can't fulfill my dreams. I've been running for all my life, with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always right, and couldn't fulfill my dreams. He's pain in the ass, black as night. God, show me the light and hold me tight. I've been running for all my life, with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always right, and doesn't fulfill my dreams. God, show me the light. Please hold me tight. I've been running for all my life, with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always right, and couldn't fulfill my dreams. I've been running for all my life, with the devil on my heels. He wasn't always right, and couldn't fulfill my dreams. He's a pain in the ass, black as night. God, show me the light. He's a pain